This free step-by-step video comes to you directly from Haynes, creators of the world's best repair manuals. Fix your car or truck the right way with our accurate and reliable information at your side. You can complete more than 200 jobs on this vehicle when you purchase the complete online manual at Haynes.com.
Block the front wheels to keep the vehicle from rolling. Release the parking brake. Loosen the rear wheel lug nuts. Raise the rear of the vehicle and support it securely on jack stands. Remove the rear wheels. Note, all 4 rear brake shoes must be replaced at the same time, but to avoid mixing up parts, only work on one brake assembly at a time. Remove the rear brake drum. If the drum is difficult to remove, you may have to retract the brake shoes. Remove the rubber plug from the backing plate. Insert a small screwdriver through the hole. Push the adjusting lever off the star wheel and rotate the star adjuster with a brake adjustment tool or another screwdriver, as shown. The drum should now be able to slide off the shoes. Use a spring removal tool to remove the shoe retracting springs. If needed, a pair of needle nose pliers can be used to aid this process. Pull up on the adjusting cable and disconnect the cable eye from the anchor pin. Remove the anchor pin plate. Remove the shoe retaining spring and pin from the primary shoe. Pull the primary shoe apart and remove the adjusting screw. Detach the lower spring and remove the primary shoe. Slide out the parking brake strut and spring. Remove the adjuster pawl. Remove the shoe retaining spring and pin from the secondary shoe, then pull the shoe away from the backing plate. Separate the parking brake cable and spring from the actuating lever. Remove the retaining clip which holds the parking brake actuating lever to the brake shoe. Install the parking brake actuator lever on the new brake shoe and install the retaining clip. Clean and lubricate the threads and the end of the adjusting screw assembly with high-temperature brake grease. Clean the backing plate using brake cleaner. Then lightly coat the shoe guide pads on the backing plate with high-temperature brake grease. Attach the parking brake cable to the actuating lever on the new secondary shoe. Position the secondary shoe on the backing plate, making sure that the slots in the wheel cylinder push rod properly engage the brake shoe. Insert the retaining pin through the backing plate and shoe, then put the spring and cap over the pin. Depress the spring and turn the cap to secure the shoe against the backing plate. Install the parking brake strut in the same orientation as it was removed. Then install the primary brake shoe and retaining spring. Make sure the wheel cylinder push rods and parking brake strut properly engage both shoes. Install the adjusting screw with a long end pointing towards the front of the vehicle. Place the spring and spring guide on the secondary shoe in the correct direction. Then place the anchor pin plate onto the anchor pin above the wheel cylinder. Before attaching the springs to the anchor pin, attach the cable eye to the anchor pin and set the cable in its correct routing on the secondary shoe. Attach the spring to the primary shoe, then using a spring installing tool, attach the other end of the spring to the anchor pin. Attach the other end of the secondary shoe spring to the anchor pin in the same way. To enable easier installation of the lower spring, shorten the adjusting screw, or if needed, remove it temporarily. Attach the spring to the lower end of the primary shoe in the correct direction. Then attach the other end of the spring to the adjusting pawl. Attach the cable end to the pawl. Install the pawl to the secondary shoe, then tension the cable and lower spring by routing the cable to the correct slot above the secondary shoe spring. Reinstall the adjusting screw if it was removed, with the long end towards the front of the vehicle, and tension if necessary. Install the brake drum onto the hub. Make a preliminary adjustment of the brake shoes. Adjust the shoes by turning the star wheel on the adjuster with a screwdriver in the opposite direction as when removing the drum. Do this until the shoes rub slightly as the drum is turned. Then back off the adjuster until they do not rub. Install the rubber plug onto the backing plate. A small amount of Vaseline may ease the installation of the plug. Repeat this procedure on the opposite rear brake drum. Install the wheels and lug nuts. Then lower the vehicle to the ground. Tighten the lug nuts to the specified torque setting. Make a number of forward and reverse stops to adjust the brakes until satisfactory pedal action is obtained.